Hi, my name is Dagan. I'm one of the co-founders and partners of Conscienta. Conscienta is a company focused on the human factor, of the awareness of the human factor in organizations. Because as we all understand, 90% of successful attacks against organizations or your households begin and end with the human factor. And it's not about technology. Technology is only one part of the deal, but you have to understand that most of the attacks, as I said before, happen throughout using or manipulating the human factor. And this is where we come into place. We help you beef up the security throughout the human factor, changing the organizational culture of your company to be a secured one, making each and every one of your employees an active cyber agent, an active part of your defense, of your cyber defense.
Kind of people that looking for me, or they look in the big company?
Well, the common mistake is that everybody is focusing on the new companies. And this is what you hear about in the news, right? You hear about Equifax, you hear about the Pentagon, you hear about Stuxnet, and you hear about all these big things. But the sad truth is that a lot of households get attacked by the same attacks as the big companies. You just don't hear about it enough in the news because it's not that important. It's not that, as I say, it's not that high headlights as they do. But for the most part, it's not, as I said before, it's not about technology. There's always manipulation with the new technologies. But the easiest manipulation is done on the human factor using this new technology. We don't understand the extent of vulnerabilities in the technologies, and for the most part we don't understand how to use the technology correctly. And what is the meaning of our privacy, if we're talking about? What is the meaning of clicking the wrong link or opening the wrong file or surfing to the wrong website, leaving your credit card details on this bogus, on this malicious site?
You mentioned the credit card, but every day we're going to our computer and buy stuff from AliExpress, from any kind of shop, internet. You think we can say that we are safe in the computer, or we can be attacked every day, every second, and someone can take my credit card and go and celebrate?
Of course. You are not safe. This is something we all have to understand. You are not safe on your computer unless you know how to use it. And it's not just technology. It's all about you using. You talked about AliExpress, right? So when you surf to AliExpress, how do you know it's AliExpress? Because you pressed on a link on a link from an email saying that it's AliExpress.
Yes.
And that's the point. The site may look like AliExpress, but if you don't know, if you don't have any awareness, if you don't educate yourself on how and on how to identify that this site is actually AliExpress's site, then for the most part, you'll surf in a bogus site, in a malicious site, and you'll insert your credit card number to the malicious site. And yes, maybe you'll get it from AliExpress because they connect. They don't want you to understand that they have your credit numbers, but then they'll start using it. It's knowing about how to act correctly in the cyber world. And no, you're not protected at your home.
I hear what you say, and I have to be honest with you, it's very, very scary what the employee need to do, or what, the company that you came over here to give advice to all the people that run in a big company. What do you say to them today?
I say to them, the world has changed. You have to understand, cyber happens not only in companies, it happens in your households. You need to know how to take care of your kids. They're very smart kids, and they surf in ways that we'll never know where they're surfing or how fast they're clicking and stuff like that, but they're so innocent. You have to understand, security is up to you. The you in security is you. It's not about technology. It's about your education, understanding the rules of the cyber world, your awareness. And if you educate yourself, or in companies that we educate the employees, we also educate them on how to become active cyber agents first and foremost at their homes and then at work, because it's the same defense. These are the same attacks that can attack you in your household and in your workplace. Use your common sense. Learn the tips and the tells on how to identify bogus sites and malicious emails and phishing and all sorts of other types of attacks, whether it's a malicious phone call that's trying to get the information and you just give them the information because the guy says your name, so he probably knows you, right? Or whether it's malicious SMSs. You have to know how to identify them, and this is what we teach. We teach you how to identify these types of attacks. We teach you how to first and foremost rely on yourself before relying on technology.
How do we find you?
You can find us at conscienta.com. This is our company. You can find us on LinkedIn. You can find us wherever you want on site, and just I think everybody knows us right now in Israel and across the world. We've been working all across the States, Europe, in Africa, in the Far East, in the APAC region. So that's where you find us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.